So you have, or are about, to drop your child off at college. You have been preparing for years, teaching them to do laundry, change a tire, and shop without breaking the bank. You have set them up for success with all the documents they need for more scholarships or job applications and a copy of the family health history, just in case. And you have made sure your student has all they need to move into and survive dorm life for the next 9-ish months. But what have you done to prepare yourself? Hi, I'm Margaret Meek, and this is the Do's and Don'ts while emptying your nest. While there is no one specific plan to successfully empty your nest, there are some general guidelines that you can adjust to your needs. Some of you will cry all the way home from college drop-off, while other parents will have already had their next week planned out with new freedom that comes from having less responsibility. Either response, or anything that falls somewhere between those two, still leaves room for each parent to build their path forward. Now let's talk about some don'ts for your life. Don't bury your emotions. Deal with the weird mix of loss, pride, enthusiasm, and dread that you have traveling around in your head. Speak with others who have faced the same situation. Take a walk when the world gets too loud. Change your focus to another child, a job, a hobby, or self-improvement. Just keep putting one foot in front of the other, remembering that these feelings will not last forever or even for months. Start looking for the signs that your student is progressing as an adult. Recognize your feelings and continue moving to a new future for you and your family. You must also be aware that your response to an emptier nest may not result in the most positive outcomes for your student. Please don't project your issues onto your child, even if you miss them, are lonely, or feel a need or desire to know everything happening in your student's life. Instead, have a discussion with your child, letting them know you remain interested in what they are doing, and then set up a method of communication. Allowing your young adult to drive the communication schedule can work very well. Ask them to call once a week or whatever period of time you determine will be helpful. You can set up a schedule or let your student meet the agreed upon communication window when convenient for them. What you can't do is make your student responsible for soothing your emotions. Let them live their life. Which leads us to our second don't. Don't project your college experience or perception of the perfect experience onto your child. College has changed since you attended. Most, if not all, TV shows or movies about colleges are not truly representative of college life. So instead of setting expectations for your student's experience, encourage them to set their own agenda and processes. You can play devil's advocate, ask clarifying questions, and encourage your child to ensure they are not holding themselves back from experiences that will benefit them. You do not need to fix anything your young adult is dealing with now. You need to support them as they fix the challenges they face. Don't ever contact the university or college about your student. Don't call the financial aid office. Don't call an instructor. Don't call housing staff. You get some leeway if there's a question about how to pay a bill or manage the student's account. In that case, your student must be on the call with you and should lead the discussion. The second instance with grace is if your young adult is in the hospital or unable to communicate. Your student is now an adult. If you keep fighting their battles, you are setting them up for failure. Don't put pressure on the times you are together with your child. Be it the holidays, a family trip, or Parents' Day, recognize that you need to share your students' time with others. You need to build on your new relationship with the newest adult in your family. And you need to make happy memories, not just pack in experiences. Finally, don't believe how you feel today will define how you will feel every day for the rest of your life, or even all the time your student is in college. This feeling of change or loss does pass as you establish a strong new relationship with your child. So what should you be doing? Do find a new way to focus your time. Every child you have who is living with you takes time and attention. Now you can take the vast majority of that time and focus on something new. Delve into a new work project, develop or build a hobby that interests you. Take some classes yourself or adjust your interactions with the family members still in your home. Make a bucket list of new and exciting experiences you can create. Nothing has to take a great deal of time or money. Nothing has to take all your time or become your singular focus. Just keep moving forward. If you have a partner or spouse, focus on that relationship. Remember that everyone in the family will feel the loss of that family member. Rely on your existing support system or expand your friend group to include others who will listen to you and help you process your feelings. Then return the favor. Take care of yourself physically and emotionally. Get sleep, eat well, exercise, and visualize how you will accomplish your desires. Take pride in the support, knowledge, and love you have provided your child. Recognize that they're becoming adults and dealing with their own lives, which is exactly what you have been preparing for their whole lives. It doesn't take long to get into a new rhythm. Just make sure you are directing the use of your time and not just going along with whatever comes up to replace the time you spent on that child. I know that since my husband and I have sent each of our 4 children off to their futures, there have been some advantages, like realizing that there are fewer opinions about what is served for dinner. Sometimes not having that person in the room would sneak up on us, and we would feel their lack of in-person presence intensely. The conversation was missing that perspective, or the joke was left unsaid. But in each instance, we have been able to turn our focus to the pride and joy we have in knowing that our young adults, despite stumbles and challenges, are always learning and growing and having wonderful experiences. And they are always returning to the family. Remember that your job is to help prepare your child for their new adventures, not to live those adventures for them or tell them what those adventures need to be. You used to measure your child's progress by milestones. Now you are able to measure their progress by how your child learns from their own experiences. Trust your student, trust yourself, and enjoy seeing the progress your young adult is making. And take this rare opportunity to stop what you have been doing and focus on yourself. What you need for your future, what you want to be as you move on with your life. Focus on yourself. Focus on your future. Enjoy watching your students' growth. If you found any of this information useful, hit the like button or consider subscribing. If you have any questions, let us know in the comments below.